Well, with the
Aryna
backdrop
Sabalenka
that Lindsay just provided, let's see how Sabalenka plays, knowing that she's going to wear a crown for the first time next Monday. The phrase I used last night, Lindsay, watching the final set, I thought the crown was wearing very heavy on Iga Swiatek's head.
Good stuff from Sabalenka. And Ted, those two have been battling pretty close for that #1 ranking. Sabalenka had just been inching closer and closer every month. The sense of it was inevitable at some point. It was going to happen, given also that Swiatek was defending, winning Roland Garros and then winning here. And sure enough, Sabalenka able to catch her.
Sabalenka warmed up. She's already hit a serve 118. And the service issues with Sabalenka that Lindsay touched on, tennis fans well aware. Third on the tour this year in aces, 5th in double faults, which is, she was way ahead. 5th in double faults, but 1st in service games won. That's the ultimate.
Yeah,
82% of her service games.
Whatever gremlins were in her system last year when she was serving, did a nice job of getting most all of them out and just getting back to basics with her serve.
Right to the baseline. Sabalenka holds.
Want to have to play behind her second serve very often tonight.
And here you're going to see two totally different styles. Kasatkina, that fault first serve 73. Kasatkina, just a few numbers. Her average first serve speed so far at this U.S. Open is 80 miles an hour. And she has won just 35% of her second serve points. So it's pretty clear what she has to avoid.
3 sets with Alicia Parks, 3 sets with Sonia Kenin. Straight sets in the last round. And that's exactly what she needs to do, Ted. She went for a little bit more on that serve, got it up at 91. That is about the max you'll see. And managed to get into a rally. That's her whole goal. Make Sabalenka have to hit more than 3 shots every rally.
Let resume.
Now, how, when you're a player of Sabalenka's accomplishment, how do you handle missing a return of an 80-mile-an-hour serve?
You've got to just know that it's going to happen at sometimes. Very similar to a player who was a top 10 player for many years, Aryna Sabalenka. It was a sidearm serve just to get the rally started, and a lot of times Kasatkina might throw in a soft kick, but that's about it, and you can tell with her toss. And something changed pretty drastically with her serve a couple of years ago, and now it's just trying to get it in. Again, that's going for more than she normally does. Another one at 91, missed that one, but that's definitely as fast as you'll see.
Funny you said that, because that's calling one of her matches last week. That was the obvious comp that comes up. Is how Dementieva played as well as she did, as long as she did, with basically with no serve. It was amazing.
And Dementieva a little more aggressive-minded from the back of the court. She would rip groundies and rip returns. Kasatkina more of a field player and uses her variety and gets more shots in, but.
What the reward there for just trying that ball, that return looked like it was past Kasatkina before she could ever balance, and she somehow flicked it back.
And that's what you never know with Sabalenka. I mean, she is obviously has so much power, but she does have trouble reining it in at times. And then she comes up with shots like that.
Too good.
High risk shot from the middle of the court. There's no angle at this one. A good play to play her middle, and she still manages to find the line on that type of backhand.
Advantage, Sabalenka. Game, Sabalenka.
And Sabalenka, boy, that was a long game. And Sabalenka prevails with a break, 10 points. And early start to what we referenced. Kasatkina on her second serve in that game was 0 for 3.
Lot 15.
First 3 matches of this U.S. Open, Sabalenka 13 total double faults.
And Kasatkina being able to get into a rally there a couple of different times. It's interesting, Kasatkina stands so far back behind the baseline. There's no need for Sabalenka to go for huge second serves or really force it. Kasatkina doesn't hit the ball that hard anyways. If she's returning from way back there on the second serve, it's just get it in if you're Sabalenka. That's 2 on that side of this game.
Love 14.
Just no need to go for it that big.
Let Fizzle.
And it's Jason Stacy, your fitness coach in the green sweatshirt there, has done a remarkable job with her and transforming her physically over the last couple of years.
Kasatkina doing a lot of defense in that game, but then hits the winner and gets the break back on Sabalenka.
Love 15.
Some of these returns have been past Kasatkina before she can react.
Yeah, and every serve on the outside, Ted, has gone T. Sabalenka has just made the adjustment. And Kasatkina, these tosses are going to her right when she's going to the forehand.
Love 14.
That game was called heavyweight against lightweight.
Yep. 3 winners from Sabalenka.
Whoa.
Come on.
2 off the return. Sabalenka's team talking to her there.
Reminder, usopen.org, your online home for point-by-point live scoring, highlights, real-time stats, and all throughout this second week. Visit the official tournament site at usopen.org.
59.
See the return position, Lindsay, that you were talking about for Kasatkina. This playing surface is pretty big here at Ash. It's actually virtually the same as center court Wimbledon.
You mean behind the baseline?
27 feet behind the baseline. It's Ash and center court are the same. Now, at
Wow.
Wimbledon, that never mattered until recent years.
Wow, it
People started
feels
playing
and
back.
it looks much bigger here, the space around the lines.
It is the width of this is it's slightly narrower here than center court. Chatrier and Roland Garros and Rod Laver are the most spacious. Aryna Sabalenka, again, will become #1 in the world next week, has earned it. 6 of the last 8 majors that she's played, she's been semifinals or better. And of course, for her groundbreaking win in Australia.
We'll have to see as this tournament goes on if she continues to win. If there's any scar tissue left over from Roland Garros and Wimbledon. Roland Garros semi, up 5-2 in the third match point. Completely imploded. Lost 5 games in a row. I think at some point she lost something like 21 of 24 points. Just, it's crazy. Then at Wimbledon, in the semis again, up a set and a break. Set and 4-2 on Jabeur.
Smukova in France and Jabeur at Wimbledon.
2 huge opportunities to get to 2 more finals.
Winner of this will play Zheng Qinwen in the quarters on Wednesday. Every so often, Kasatkina will stun you with that.
Wow. I think I see 110. Is that right? Why would
exactly
she
what
swing
I said. Every
harder?
so often, she'll stun you with that. Isn't that amazing?
I didn't think she'd break 100.
It's her 4th ace in 4 matches during this U.S. Open.
Now I'm even more confused. If she does have that, why on earth?
Your average speed 80?
I mean, what?
Yeah. Boy, she's her last 3 serves, Kasatkina, 110, 108, and 97. I called her match against Kenin, and it was just one softball after another serving.
Deuce.
Sabalenka's done a wonderful job so far of just overwhelming Kasatkina with her power, keeping her unforced error count low enough that it's not a factor.
Game, Sabalenka.
Kasatkina tossed 2 in that game, so Sabalenka will be back here with a chance to make very quick work of this opening set.
5 games to 1. First set.
Serving in her first 3 games, serving at 69%, which is that's likely a prescription that Kasatkina can't fight that.
15.
10 of 14 with their service points. Great numbers for Sabalenka in this first set. Similar to, did you see the first set earlier today? Keys and Pegula. Same thing. Keys just came out on fire. Lots of power, finding her spots.
Interesting tomorrow when the quarterfinals begin. The first women's quarter, Coco, Gauff, and Aryna Sabalenka will be a noon match, noon local time. Karolina Muchova and Sorana Cirstea will play this match, the evening beginner.
Confused about that one because Gauff and Pegula are not, I don't believe, scheduled for doubles tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong.
And Pegula did come back out after losing the singles match to Keys today. Pegula and Gauff came out and won their doubles. So my guess is you're right, they would not be playing tomorrow.
Lost of concentration those last 2 points for Sabalenka.
Let's go, Aryna. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Better job there with that forehand. Stayed with it. Stayed on balance. At times she can get just a little sloppy with her body. Jumping around, pulling up. Much better job on that last forehand.
Kasatkina using most of those 27 feet behind the baseline here. th winner of the opening set, and it's all Sabalenka. So Kasatkina hoping she can find some way to balance the scale here. Just literally got hit off the court in the first set. She's done it before. 2 career wins over Sabalenka on hard court.
Sabalenka the favorite for you now to win here?
To win here?
Yeah. Do you have Gauff ahead of her?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I'm not sure either. That's.
I mean, Gauff's form is terrific. I can't argue that.
And on that top part of the draw, heavy favorite with who's left as well.
I will say during Roland Garros, I think I called 3 of her matches the first week, and I sort of called it. I said, the way Mukova was playing, she could easily say, why not me to win this thing? And she came awfully close. You just see how beautifully she was playing. I haven't seen her play here yet in person. So.
Gone through pretty quietly her little section.
Yeah.
Kasatkina trying to dig her heels in early here in the second. Be huge for her if she could somehow manage a hold here. Her first hold of the night.
Looking at this, Lindsay, and thinking about this, and I guess I'm right here that there are 9 women left right now in singles.
Yep.
There's only one that's even been in a U.S. Open final.
I know that one.
Yes, I know you do. I know you do. Am I right? It's
Maddie.
Madison Keys is the only surviving woman right now that's even been to the finals here. No one's won it.
We've got 3 slam champions left. Vondrousova, the Wimbledon champion, Sabalenka, the Australian Open champion, and Ostapenko, the French Open champion of 2017.
$15 total winners for Sabalenka.
There we go.
Wow. 109. Daria, where have you been hiding this?
Hey, let's go.
109. Flavio, come on.
They're calling for another one here.
Yeah. I feel like I've probably said this 50 times calling Dementieva matches in her day. Is that how tiring must it be to play defense? Because you know you're going to play defense often on your opponent's serve, but when you have to play defense in your own service games.
She's doing a better job of fighting off the returns and somehow getting into these rallies, but it's just so hard when you're stabbing. This one just catching the line. The fans saw the replay.
Oh, and Kasatkina, a little snap there, smacks the racket to the sole of her shoe. Because Kasatkina won that match against Kenin, but in the 3rd set, there were a combined 51 errors. It was not about a player doing something really good to win. It was about who basically made the last miss.
It
was hard.
Very high amount, especially for those two and their playing styles. Neither one going for tons normally. We'll see. Kasatkina very angry when she got broken there.
Love 15.
Maybe that'll help get out some of the nerves and some of the tension.
Partner Natalia leaning over in the white t-shirt and tinted glasses in the front row.
That's Daria Gavrilova.
And Daria Gavrilova.
Excuse me,
That's
Saville. She got married.
That's exactly right. Good call. Good spot there. I liked Kasatkina, let her personality come out in the before the match. Was often inane pre-match interviews. She used it tonight to urge people to subscribe to her YouTube channel. She and her partner do these long-form videos.
Every week, I think. A weekly blog.
I like that. If you're going to make me do it, then I'm going to self-promote a bit.
Yeah. Daria Saville back after tearing her ACL right after this tournament last year. And able to come back and play this summer. Plays for Australia now. These two grew up together in Russia, playing junior tennis, and been long time friends. Sabalenka knows she has so much court there because Kasatkina is closer to the back fence than the baseline to return. But she's making contact so low, not timing them well. She's better off just hitting through.
Well, this happened in the first set. Sabalenka broke in the first set of games, and Kasatkina got it right back. It's the only game she won in the set.
That was a smart shot there. There's nothing she could do with that return from Kasatkina except just try somehow to get it over the net and delicately just getting it over. Wow, and then
Game Kasatkina.
third double fault gives Kasatkina the game. Clearly not trying to do it, but Lindsay, you were spot on early. Where Kasatkina is playing, Sabalenka doesn't need to do anything special with that serve.
Yeah, a lot of times you can start to feel rushed or panicked if someone's inside the baseline and you know they're going to tee off. But when someone's that far back, they're not going to hit a winner. But Sabalenka doesn't really have that gear of, okay, I'm just going to kick it in.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get it in the 80s.
And that point is exactly what I was just saying to you. Kasatkina is serving the first point and is immediately put on defense and has to defend the entire point.
And especially on that deuce side, it's really, she doesn't pronate when she makes contact. She's always coming around the outside of it. So it either goes into the body or it goes wide to the forehand.
Right.
Very tough for her. So if she's going to go tee at all, and she doesn't love to, it still tails in a little bit. The arc of the serve goes more into the backhand of Sabalenka. Just like that one. That's the body stuff, right? Jumping or down. And she tries so hard to tell herself to stay calm and stay even keel. That serve not coming that hard.
See Kasatkina's skills, though, the quick skills picking balls up, really shines. She's just, some of these returns are just flying at her.
Advantage, Sabalenka.
Every service game, Kasatkina has had a point to hold serve, except one. And she just can't do it.
Yeah.
Been close almost every time, but. There you go.
Deuce.
That's one of the first shots, Ted, she's had some time on. She's always tried to defend, rush. Now 2 winners on that wing.
Just an amazing amount of defense. Just crazy. And give Kasatkina credit. She's good at that.
Advantage, Sabalenka.
Ted, you called it. I mean, she gets behind in the rally on the very first swing of Sabalenka.
Amazing.
And she's been able to turn the tide, what, like once?
Yeah.
Or twice?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be exhausted too to defend what how she's doing it. Nope. Well, Kasatkina has served 5 times. She's been broken 5 times.
Sabalenka leads.
So inside Arthur Ashe Stadium, this has been all Aryna Sabalenka. That score line is quite accurate. Sabalenka has broken Kasatkina in all 5 of her service games. Davenport an hour or so ago was talking about the emotional rush of learning for the first time you're going to be #1 in the world. Yeah, it looks like Sabalenka is really paralyzed by that.
She did have, what, about 18, 19 hours. I'm curious to, I can't wait to hear her post-match, win or lose, talk about. It was did an event with Andy Roddick last year here, and we had to both talk about it, and I found it so interesting. He said he found out at the World Tour Finals for the men, it was played in Houston that year, and he went by himself and started walking around a park. And what a profound effect it had on him as well. And it's a big moment, and especially when you're in the middle of a tournament as well.
Of a major.
Yeah.
And she's been in. Sabalenka's been to the semis the last 2 years here. She not long, but for a while had that question hovering over her, can she do it in the majors? And she has been in the semis or better 6 of her last 8 majors. She could not play Wimbledon 22.
One of the most fascinating moments in tennis to watch her overcome that in January of this year. So close, so tight with her team as well. And they did a wonderful job of staying with her. A great story of how her coach Anton Dubrow handed in his resignation in the middle of all her service woes. She said, we can't figure this out, and she wouldn't take it. Said, this is on me, we're going to work through this, I'm going to figure this out. Most players shy away from taking full responsibility. Right. It's easier to blame, easier to look for a new solution.
So it is 3-1 Sabalenka now in the second set.
Sabalenka leads 3-1.
We've seen no semblance of the Daria Kasatkina, who spent part of this year in the top 10. And if you see any, please join our conversation. Any of the social platforms, hashtag US Open is how you join the conversation. But Kasatkina has 2 career wins over Sabalenka on hardcourt. For those who haven't seen the first 52 minutes, that point right there is what it's been. Kasatkina serves and is immediately pushed right to the back. And just completely defending.
Oh, that's so smart there.
Yeah.
Wow. She's locked in mentally in this match, and it was interesting, Ted. Her team plays it pretty calm and cool in the box, and when she came back in that last game, excuse me, before the last changeover and broke to get up 2-1, they were on their feet. They're urging her to try and get this one over with.
Kasatkina's been a top 10 player this year. She is winning barely a third of her own service points in this match.
Gosh, you'd love to see that reaction, though, that fight. Down at 1-6, 1-3. These are the types of points she hasn't been able to play enough.
Exactly, Liz. Right.
She hasn't been able to use her feel. She hasn't been able to use the angles, the little slices.
And I'd say Kasatkina, I advise you all to brace yourselves when I tell you this. She's actually served 110 miles an hour in this match. She has a couple of aces. second serve has just been ineffective. And
30-14.
that's the result. Predictable serve.
Yep. Got to cover that if you're
Yep.
Sabalenka there.
Right to the tee, as you said.
Love the way, though, she's fighting out here and competing. Not easy when you haven't held serve the whole match. To then all of a sudden try and muster up this belief that you can do it and can turn this around.
Well, that is the first hold for Kasatkina. Well, Aryna Sabalenka with a path to the quarterfinals that so far has been unobstructed. Can she finish? When you see that point, contrast to the Kasatkina serves, that's why you, again, I'm just so puzzled that Kasatkina's beat Sabalenka a couple times on hard courts.
Yeah, it's one of those times Sabalenka used to go more up and down. She's gotten much better control of all of her shots, and with that, you used to be able to drop back. I'm just going to make some shots. She'll end up making the error. Night like tonight, it's not happening, and it's happening less and less.
Well, 2 of the 3 points in this game serve +1.
Yeah, and the other thing remarkable, there's been so many improvements, and that's why she's gotten to 1. Obviously, she's fitter. She's worked on her game a ton. She's done a fantastic job of being able to control her mind and her emotions. She used to get so upset at times and so flustered. Now you can see she just is constantly talking to herself of when she loses a point, just trying to settle down.
So 4-2 now in the second set.
4-2, second set.
Last spot in the quarterfinals goes to this winner, and the quarterfinal match would be against Zheng Qinwen of China.
It seemed like Ons Jabeur finally just ran out of gas. We had heard she wasn't feeling well. She was playing on low energy, just trying to do the best she can, managing it, and then so came up against an opponent who played a fantastic match today.
Love 15.
relieved there when I saw a little smile from Sabalenka. Wasn't sure what happened here.
It's just
Every
how
point.
many times have we
Every
seen that? But
point.
Kasatkina has barely finished the follow through of her service motion, and the ball's at her feet. I'm impressed that she's able to get as many of those back.
One of the rare returns she's missed.
On a second serve, yeah.
Another line hit there from Sabalenka. There it is, just trying to get 4 or 5 shots in and see if Sabalenka will miss. When Sabalenka fell, her grip kind of chipped away there at the end, and that can really annoy you when you hold the racket, trying to level it out a little bit.
Just can't imagine how it feels for a player who's been as successful as Kasatkina to have such work just to hold serve once in this match so far. And now a chance to get a second hold. Helped by a couple of missed returns.
Oh, she missed a couple of backhand returns in a row, and Kasatkina there didn't make her hit one.
Well, there should be one here, right?
I
right to the tee.
would think, but
yep. She went to the body.
Advantage, Sabalenka.
Much joy in the Kasatkina box. And Kasatkina watches another winner fly by, and on a most special day in her tennis life, Aryna Sabalenka now will have a chance to reach the quarters of the Open.
1-2.
Seems so much easier though without the sun, right? Like even if it's hot and
yes,
muggy, to take away one of the factors, the sun, the humidity, something helps a little bit. I just think tomorrow there's a big advantage to Coco Gauff playing Ostapenko in the day.
Advantage for Coco.
Yes, in the heat. Coco is trained in South Florida her whole life.
Yep.
This is a walk in the park for her.
Yeah, this is not a dry heat.
No, this is, and out of nowhere too.
Yeah.
That first week pretty mild, and now the change, and when it comes so quickly and drastically, that is tough for the players. Wow.
Oh.
How many winners are we up to now? Is that 31?
It's going to be 31.
30,
Yeah.
15.
Hey, listen, you could be at Burning Man right now.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, so if the point being, everybody
Believe
better
that.
get used to the changes we're all
Yeah.
experiencing.
Yeah. Whoops.
Well, just missed a couple of gimmies. What a serve that was. 115 in the spot. Wow.
30.
That's a shame. That was a great serve.
Давай, давай, дальше, внимание, come on.
Oh man.
30, 40.
Well, Kasatkina has 3 games in the match, 2 of them breaks. And a chance here to stay alive. Okay.
Well, you could see something was triggered when she missed that overhead. At 6-1, 5-2.
5-3.
It was just 30 all. You could see she started to get upset. Now,
Давай, дальше, с мячом, пум.
can she get it back together here? That's the question.
Does Kasatkina want to reach in her bag for one of those 110s here?
She needs to figure out something here. Gotta keep it interesting right now with Sabalenka. And Ted, she got to that return. Either Sabalenka took something off,
Yeah.
but she was able to hit that first shot almost on her front foot. It wasn't a stab get to try and stay in the rally. So a little bit of a shift there.
There, I can't,
15.
someone like me, just admire how Kasatkina just picks that ball up off the baseline.
Yeah.
It's rocketed back at her.
Time and time again.
Yes. It's like a real life version of Pong. Remember Pong, everybody? Recovery by Sabalenka to get match point. On the day she achieves a tennis milestone, advances to the quarterfinals of the US Open.
It's good performance from Sabalenka, +8 on the winners to unforced error. That's always